That one bullshit PlayStation trophy.
The Martial Arts Heir Trophy requires you to complete all combo training at the training field, which you can find by speaking to Master Wu in Joffrey Street. You start out doing basic training, which is basically just following a bunch of commands that are on screen in order to perform the required combo. If you can string it all together, you'll pass that training and move on to the next one. So basic is really easy, so let's just skip past that and move on to intermediate training, which unlocks after beating basic. Here you are introduced to combos with two weapon types, as the little rabbit's mech arm can also turn into a drill, a whip or the massive fists. So for this combo you will need to switch arm types mid-attack with the L1 button to keep your combo going. And while this is a little tricky, as there is some input lag and delay when switching between the weapons and doing your moves, the fact that you only have to do it once in this combo means that it shouldn't give you too much trouble. The second part of intermediate, however, probably will, as it requires you to perform a jump mid-combo to then be attacking the training dummy in mid-air. You see, you can't simply fight the air and get the combos in this, as every hit needs to connect with the training dummy in order for it to count on the combo list, which makes it awkward when you have to jump mid-combo, as you can easily mistime it and miss your line of punching with the dummy, which is kind of bullshit. So every time you attack the dummy to do the combos, another problem is that it will move around and it will never automatically reset into the middle of the screen once you stop hitting it, meaning you then have to manually just pick it up or punch it across the area to get it back into the middle. As a result of this, the layout of the area you're training and what is on screen also becomes an issue. The combo list on the left hand side literally obscures your view of that area, and if you ever end up over there mid combo, you won't be able to see the rabbit or the dummy. And while I found it better to look at the move list on the left than the actual rabbit itself, some players will not like that way of doing it. So why devs, why block half the screen with the bloody combo list? Then you have the right side of the screen, which is also a no-go area, to be honest, as there's a ledge about halfway up it where Master Wu is standing. So if you perform combos here, they will likely get broken when you hit your head on the ceiling or bounce the dummy off it. Why is it like this, where the only safe area is directly in the middle of the bloody screen, yet most of the combos you do result in the rabbit or dummy moving over to another side of the screen? It's just bullshit. So yeah, I know those are some really petty and small complaints to make, but when going for this trophy, you'll likely have to do these combos again and again and again before you nail them, and having to always reset the dummy yourself, and having to make sure you avoid the left and right side of the screens, it just makes this a more frustrating experience than it ever needed to be, because trust me, you'll be failing these over and over again, and screwing up for petty little things like that becomes really annoying really fast. Though, with a bit of practice, you'll eventually start to nail the moves and the timings down, and before you know it, you would have completed the intermediate training. Alright, time to show me that trophy game. Come on, that was nothing. Let's do this. No trophy's gonna pop just yet, because after speaking to Master Wu for another time, we can see that we've now got to do an advanced training, which is going to be even more bullshit. So, advanced training is obviously more technical, but it also highlights more problems with the combat and controls in this game. You see, up until now, I've always swapped weapons via the L1 button, as that cycles through them in a clockwise direction, going arm, drill, whip, drill, etc., only ever going round in that direction, and you can't simply press, say, R1 to cycle anti-clockwise. You can only ever go forwards. Yet now these combos require two weapons to be switched back and forth between mid-combo. What the fuck? And here is where it gets really bullshit. And to do this, you'll need to press a direction on the D-pad. I can't exactly remember the exact controls, but imagine left on the D-pad being the whip, right is the arms, and down is the drill, and you'll get a good idea of how it works. And if, like most people, you have two hands to play this, well, it'll be a real pain to do it mid-combo when you're already pressing the face buttons to jump and punch with one hand, while the other is used to already move the rabbit around. This control method is just so fucking clunky, it's unreal, and this alone will be the cause of so many failures when trying to do these bloody combos, because it's so stiff and awkward to quickly try and switch between them and then carry on your combo. The second and third combos in this training are also really tricky and a little bit bullshit because they require you to switch between all of the weapons in the combo, which in itself is awkward to do, but you also have to switch back to other weapons or switch between two right after one another, and that's just really awkward with these controls, and it just makes this combo feel a little bit more bullshit. But eventually, after some practice, I finally managed to nail down all three combos and finally complete this training, and at this point I thought, thank God it's over and I'll finally unlock the trophy. So when I went to speak to him to get the trophy, well, I thought it was time to celebrate, but, well, I'm going to have to pause that celebrations because, well, when I went to speak to him, I realised that this wasn't over yet. More? What is this? Dragon Ball Z? Am I fighting Frieza or something and after kicking the shit out of him, he just reveals that this isn't his final form and he transforms again and again and again? Christ's sake, just let this end for Christ's sake. Master training now. Master training, this better be the fucking end. There can't be anything else after Master, surely. Fuck me, a Master is just really bullshit because there's 4 combos to do in this. And as you can see, you have to switch between all the fucking weapons, and there's a little bit in that first combo where you switch between the drill, the whip, and then the arms right after one another, and that is just fucking awkward as all hell. It's really frustrating because when I was playing through this game, I used the same square, 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 triangle, triangle combo with the arms just over and over again because that just obliterated every fucking enemy I came across. I didn't need to use all these weirdly awkward combos. Never mind switching between the weapons mid-combo. Fuck that. It just didn't need to be done. I don't know why they thought the combo system was that advanced because you couldn't even get a basic thing right, like switching the weapons quickly and efficiently. It just makes these combos so fucking bullshit and not something that I would ever have done naturally when playing through the game because it was just too clunky to try and line it up and get these swift mid-battle in a game where you've got a bunch of enemies fighting you. When you're fighting against a dummy, it's tricky enough to do it there. So why am I going to ever do this in the actual game itself when fighting normal enemies? I'm just not, and I fucking didn't. And that first one gave me such a hard time to do, and I sped up the footage there, but eventually I did it. And then I get to the second one, which was just weird because you only have to use the arms to just do this one combo, and sure, there are a couple of little awkward jumps that you have to do, as well as a dash, I think, but compared to that first one of the Master Challenging, this one was just, well, it was weirdly easy because I did it after like 2 or 3 attempts. Then we get to the third of 4, and this one has both the arm and the drill that's needed here. And to be fair, this one wasn't that bad. The first one was definitely the hardest of those so far, and this one just, it was a little bit awkward because it's a lot of mid-air stuff, and there's 2 sections where you have to use the drill and the fist right after each other, but on the whole, this one wasn't as bad. And after a couple more attempts, I did eventually get the third combo done, and all I had to do now was the fourth one, which starts out with the whip, changes to the arms, goes back to the whip, then to the arms, then back to the whip, and then finally finishes with the drill with a special up and triangle attack. And this one, it is a tricky combo, don't get me wrong, but purely because of the controls. That's one of the things that is an awkward thing with this whole trophy. It's not that the combos are really challenging to pull off, it's that the combat and the controls, the input delay, the fact that the area is awkward to train in, the fact that the dummy moves around, the fact that you have to hit the dummy all the time, and when you smack it up into the air, sometimes your character won't jump properly, or you might hit your head on the right, or go behind the combo list on the left side of the screen. It's all factors like that that make this trophy and these combos bullshit, because If it was just a case of doing it with an easier way to switch between the weapons, this wouldn't have been a problem, but because of all those issues, it makes this combo trophy really bullshit. So for those reasons, it gets a bullshit trophy rating of...
Alright, here we go. Let's go! Oh, shit! Shit!